Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Mahoning Drive-In Theater, the largest single-screen drive-in in the United States. We're certainly glad you could be with us this evening. And don't forget, the concession stand is open with all kinds of great things to eat and drink.
That's not grunge.
Welcome back to Shaun Spins. This is episode 33, and I'm your host, Shaun, and I hope everybody's safe and well. What is that? Tell everyone to like and... Oh, not that again. I'm not doing that
Subscribe now. Subscribe now.
Really? I mean, what's it say now? Well, what's the worst you're gonna do? What are you gonna you keep threatening to replace me? Replace me! Welcome to the new and approved Shaun Spins. This is episode 33, and today we're gonna review the song from the White Stripes, I Think I Smell a Rat. I think I smell a rat. Yeah, I think I smell a rat. Dun, 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 dun. What? It didn't work out. Host seemed pretty good on the computer. Well, looks like it's back to Shaun. Let's start the show. Episode 33 of Shaun Spins is going to be Viva Zapata from the band 7 Year Bitch. It's the band's second album, and I feel one of the best albums ever made. Very powerful album. You know, the Rat had full color video. Why are we stuck in black and white? Thanks. Perfect. Now, 7 Year Bitch we spoke about a little bit with our review of the Gits, since that album was dedicated to Stephanie Sargent, who was the guitar player from 7 Year Bitch that passed away. And sadly, Viva Zapata is dedicated to Mia Zapata, who was killed. We're going to talk a little bit about the band, and then we'll get into the records, and particularly this second album, Viva Zapata. Now, 7 Year Bitch was Celine on vocals, very powerful singer. Elizabeth on bass, the bass on the records, all the 7 Year Bitch records, sounds great. Valerie on drums, Stephanie Sargent originally on guitar, then Roisin comes in and plays on the next two albums, leaves the band, and a new guitar player comes, Lisa. Very short career of the band. Let's get a little bit into the records. Where I grew up, 7 Year Bitch, just like Tad and Mudhoney and the Gits, was incredibly hard to find. And whenever I would find something from 7 Year Bitch, I would get extremely excited. So the first album, Sick'em, not my favorite. Really does have a demo feel to it. I have it on CD, and for some reason I don't have the case anymore. I don't know if it was damaged or what, but the CD, I wrote all the titles on the CD, which is interesting. Now we'll get into the second album a little later. Let's move into the third one, which I have on vinyl. This is Gato and Negro, Black Cat. I do not like this 7-Year Bitch album. The first two, Sick 'Em and Viva Zapata, has an amazing vocal delivery. Now, as I said earlier, they all have great bass, yet the vocals on the third album, like there's an effect and a treatment to them, and I just do not like it. The second album is recorded by Jack Aldino, Viva Zapata, and the vocals sound amazing. I have one other item from 7-Year Bitch, which is this single for Misunderstood. And this is pretty neat. I found this in college, and it actually opens up as a children's book. It's really interesting. And I remember when I found it, I was super excited. I have a compilation, too, from back in the day that they were on with Nirvana and stuff, too. I didn't take that out. I took out mostly just things that 7-Year Bitch were a part of. There's one other item I was thinking about with 7-Year Bitch. They were part of the movie from 1995 called Mad Love with Drew Barrymore and Chris O'Donnell. Now, a lot of times back then, I remember there would be movies taking place in Seattle or having a character that's kind of reflects grunge. And the same thing was happening in fashion and I imagine on television too. And this is nothing new. This happened in the 80s too in movies that they would have what the movies and television thought was punk rock. They would have the punk rock character come out with spiked hair and stuff like that. So the same thing I remember happening a lot in the 90s. A good example would be the movie Black Sheep. I love Mudhoney, yet they seem kind of out of place in that movie, and I imagine there wasn't many people on the set who knew who Mudhoney were. So 7-Year Bitch plays in this movie. And the thing I find differently, it doesn't feel like your usual 90s movies with kind of a grunge character either dressed that way or acting a certain way. It feels different. It doesn't have that feeling that it was pushed on you and it's just make-believe. What? Wow! I'm gonna need a line. Good. What? Wow! That was radical! And the reason I say this, there's a scene where they're playing, and Drew Barrymore is really into the band. And she is mouthing the words to the song The Scratch, and she's feeling it. And I feel as though she really liked the band. And I imagine she knew the band. At that time, I believe she was still going out with Eric from the band Hole. And she just feels like she was into the band. Now, the exact opposite for Chris O'Donnell. Feels like he wants to get back on the set of Batman. And feels like he's kind of faking it. Yeah, it's one of the only times in the 90s I can think of that someone in a movie or a show really appreciated the band within what's going on. It wasn't just pushed on them for marketing or whatnot. It's a good movie, too. That's my movie review for episode 33. Let's get into Viva Zapata, though. Here's my copy. 1994, CZ Records. Jack Aldino worked on this record, too. And I will say this has to be one of the best sounding records that Jack Aldino worked on. It's great. I found the CD in a small little record shop here in town when they were first opening. They didn't have much to sell, so they were selling their collection, the owners. And when I found this, I was ecstatic, and I cherish this record. It's a great sounding record. It's a powerful record. It's great. The front cover is a painting of Mia Zapata, and the back cover is a painting that Mia did. And as I said, the album is dedicated to her memory, and it is awful what happened to Mia. Very tragic. One of the things that's interesting inside is there's a collage with a picture of Mia. And what's interesting is it reminds me of the collage from the inside of the Beastie Boys' Check Your Head. Very similar design. One other interesting note, when I was reading the thank yous, a name that stuck out for me was Kristen from Hole. And sadly, we lost her the same year too. So it seems like just about every 7 Year Bitch album has something tragic that happened with it. And from Stephanie to Mia, and then the next album is dedicated to Kristen, and it's sad. Let's talk a little bit about the songs, the album. It starts off with The Scratch, and that's the song that's used in Mad Love that Drew Barrymore is singing along with. That song is great. That is a great rock song. That is a great punk rock song. I've heard the band being referred to as Riot Girl. And yes, I do believe a little bit of that with like the idea with Bikini Kill with speaking out, because their songs do speak out with a powerful message, speaking out about what happened with Mia, speaking out about like substance abuse, domestic violence. Yet I don't like the term if it's being used just because someone might say, well, it's an all-girl band. No, this band is phenomenal. Dare I say that Viva Zapata, 1994, now at the same time people might be buying In Utero or Pearl Jam's second album, this 7 Year Bitch album is way better. Another great song I love on the album is Icy Blue. Great. They do a phenomenal cover of It's Too Late. Jim Carroll song. Jim Carroll was also in a movie back in the day. And I imagine when he got on that movie set, he was probably going, what am I doing here? And yet, when 7 Year Bitch did the cover, I think it exposed me more to the music of Jim Carroll. I knew of his writing, yet I don't feel as though I knew much about the songs. Bass playing on the album is great. Guitar playing, everything sounds great. The vocal delivery, Celine's voice, it is like a punch. It is that powerful. It's just great. And I wish more people knew about the band. I wish it was more out there, more mainstream. It was on the radio. I don't think I've ever heard 7 Year Bitch on the radio. I don't think I've ever heard them once. And it needs to be played on the radio. It's a great band. I will say one other thing about this review I found interesting. I wanted to play a little bit more from the Mad Love movie. And for some reason I got a copyright strike. And when I took a look at the original video it was coming from, it didn't have a copyright strike. And the copyright strike named someone, I believe, in a different country. And it doesn't seem like it has anything to do with the band. So someone trying to profit off. So it says you can take the song off or leave it. And this so-and-so person will collect funds. And I was like, oh, that's not right. Didn't seem like it was the band. So I took it one step further, YouTube. I took the music out, the original, and let's go to something a little different. Let's see if that gets a copyright strike. Now, 7 Year Bitch does not sound anything like that. They are a heavy, powerful punk rock band, and they are great. And like I said, Celine's voice is amazing, just amazing. Another interesting thing about the band is we talked before about the organization Home Alive during the episode about the Gits, and that was started after Mia Zapata's rape and murder. And it's an organization that one of the things they do is they help teach self-defense. Well, Valerie from 7 Year Bitch was one of the founding members of that group. 7 Year Bitch is amazing. And I recommend it. And I just wish more people knew about the band. So until next time, I hope everybody is safe and well. And be nice to each other and take care.